Okay, it works. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being there. So today we'll be spending about 15 minutes together to decrypt basically the 10 mistakes of all the biggest NFT fails. So let me give you a little bit of context. So how does it work? It works. So my name is Gauthier Zuppinger. I'm in the NFT space since 2018. I'm the founder of a company called nonfungible.com, and actually we've been publishing a couple of reports over the past few years, and we've been supporting companies like small projects and big corporations as well in their NFT journey since almost the beginning of NFTs. So what we'll be sharing with you today is basically a wrap-up of 5 years of experience of most of the mistakes we've seen mostly recently. So if you want, you can as well read my keynote as the 10 ways to crush your NFT drop. That's basically the 10 biggest way to fail. So if you want to fail, you have everything you want to know. But let's more seriously jump into actually what people think about NFTs, like all the bad hypotheses they may have about this technology. The first one is about expectations. Most projects I've been working with and brands have unrealistic expectations. The first one is we can make billions out of NFTs. Actually, yeah, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, you could definitely make a couple of millions just like that in 24 hours. The thing is that this time is over. You can't make a cash grab, a money grab just like that. If there is no utility, if you don't invest, no, it won't work. So you have to consider that NFTs are not a way to make money right away. It's an investment. One way or another over time, it may generate profit. But for a long time, it may just be an investment. So just consider it may be profitable down the road. And the profit may not be only about money, it can be about engagement. So first one, have realistic expectations. The second one is, I love this example. You may have heard about the example of Porsche. Porsche is probably one of the biggest, sorry about them, a fail in the recent NFT industry. They haven't sold out like at all. And with our team, we have spent a lot of time to decrypt exactly what happened. And we have concrete figures about that. It's that basically it was mostly about the image of the brand, not about the value proposition. There was almost no value proposition, no utility. So if you consider that you are Porsche, you are famous enough, you can sell whatever you want at the price you want, it won't work with NFTs. People expect more than that. They expect an actual utility. And for people that have spent already dozens of thousands in NFTs and that have lost most of their money, and you arrive with something where there is no utility, it won't convince. And that's basically what happened. It has not convinced. So in their case, it was too expensive, not enough utility, and the supply was not adjusted to the market conditions. So Porsche example is a good one of you may be Porsche, you may be extremely famous and massive and have a lot of communication firepower. It's not enough. Your brand is not enough. The third one, that's an example which is absolutely not famous. It's Lamborghini. I don't know if anyone in the room has heard about the Lamborghini drop. No? Yeah, no one has heard about this one. Actually, it's a super massive drop. The plan was basically to issue about 6,000 NFTs for sale every month for 1 year. And they are still doing it. But the thing is that about 70 NFTs are sold every month only. Because basically they plan their pricing, their supply and everything 1 year before. But the market is going up and down. So if you consider that your plan that you had in mind 1 year ago will work in 1 year, you're done. It won't work. You have to adjust. You have basically to define your potentially your pricing and your supply a couple of weeks, month maximum before your drop. Because you don't know how the market is going to look like. So basically they wanted to generate about 1.5 million every month. They generate about 50,000. I'm not sure that even pay the servers and everything else. So yeah, when you are too optimistic and you prepare your plan way too ahead of time, it won't work either. The next one, it's a quite basic one, but I think it's necessary to remind that to everyone. It's not because it worked a couple months or years ago that it will work again. So rare. Axie Infinity, all these guys, they had crazy success, and they're still successful. But do you really need to create the exact same thing? No, no need to create a Sorare. It already exists. No need to recreate Axie Infinity. We've seen the limits of Axie Infinity and of the play to earn. It's still a good game, but we've seen limits. So learn from that. Do your own stuff. Don't replicate. Don't try to create the Sorare of something. I've seen so many brands knocking on my door, and like super big brands being like, I want to create Sorare. But why? I mean, you are not into football. Why would you like to create Sorare? I don't know. They make money. True story. I really had a client like that. Another one is that don't forget that most NFT projects don't deliver for a lot of reasons. So if you sell your NFTs and you plan to issue the value proposition, the real utility 9 months after, 1 year after, most people will not be convinced because basically they've already been disappointed by NFT projects that have not delivered. Once again, for a lot of reasons. Are they all scammers? Not really. We have obviously scam in the NFT industry, like in every industry. So we have seen rug pulls, pump and dump, this kind of stuff. But most NFT projects are handled by startups. Startups fail. Most NFT projects are, in that case, failing. So we have a bear market. We have an hype that decrease. The company may pivot, and just the company may close. So these kind of things happen. We have to take that in mind. So what happened is that for so long, NFT projects are sold keys for the price of a house. Being like, hey, buy my NFT, it would be amazing. One day you'll get a house. But they pivot and you never get a house. But you paid, I don't know, $500,000 for a key, thinking you'll get a house one day. So don't deliver too late because people have already learned that lesson the hard way. Another one, these are data from our platform, from nonfungible.com. And basically what you get there is the average, the sum up of profit and loss per segment. So you have art, collectibles, gaming, metaverse. Collectible value proposition is you can own something unique. And that's it. Owning is not enough. So what we've seen at the beginning of the bear market is that most people that owned collectibles sold them at loss. We had a peak at almost 100 million of loss per week of people getting rid of their collectibles. But all the other segments don't have this trend because there is some sort of a utility or something more long-term. There is nothing like a real utility with art, but people hold that for another reason because they really like the art, they like the artist. For collectibles, we've learned the lesson the hard way too. So please don't take the collectible road. It's over. Yeah, that's a quite obvious one, but don't use the strategy, the marketing strategy that used to work with Web2. I mean, if you really want to issue something for the Web3 audience, for the NFT audience, please don't try to be on TikTok, on Facebook, on Google Ads. I mean, you may basically communicate with your grandfather, but your audience will not be there. Sorry about that. No offense. But the thing is that just think about where your audience is and think about where they are the most active. Most NFT buyers are on Telegram, they are on Discord, they are on this kind of small groups. They are not on Facebook groups. And once again, I've seen recently ads on Instagram for NFT projects, but I haven't seen anyone buying NFTs there. This is definitely related to the previous point. It's about knowing your audience. So you should know where they are in terms of communication, of marketing. So pick the right channels, but pick the right platform too. If you want to issue art and you are like, okay, I want to establish my art platform on Flow, there is no art collector on Flow. So you know you will miss your audience, you will miss your target. Same if you want to issue your collection on Polygon and have no fiat payment. I won't be too technical, but if you've used a bridge once in your life, you know it's not for the mainstream. You know how complex it may be for everyone just to use a bridge. So think about what your audience is and what they expect. And if I just wrap things up about this point, the three questions are: who are they? Where are they the most active? And try to be in their shoes. What are they scared of? What do they expect? They probably dream about something that could really resonate with them. They may be in or not yet in the NFT space, but try to understand who they are and not issue NFTs because one way or another that will be sold. It's not the case anymore, unfortunately. The ninth point is about metaverses. We should talk about that. Now you should know we should not go all in the metaverse for a couple of reasons. The first one, have you ever been in Decentraland? Have you ever been in CryptoVoxels? Have you spent a lot of time in this kind of platforms? Doesn't look good, actually. So if you really want to do something, why not? It's experimental. There is probably something down the road to explore. I'm still bullish on metaverses, maybe in 10 years. I've been in Decentraland buying parcels in 2018. I've been through all this process of disillusion. So I'm still bullish on the concept, but right now, we have to tell the truth about it. VR is not mainstream. Metaverse have not convinced. And honestly, which kind of audience do you plan to target there? Just a couple of hardcore NFT people? It's the truth. You will not eat any kind of mainstream there. And these hardcore NFT people will be on Discord and Twitter and Telegram. So in my humble opinion, no need to go all in on metaverses right now. Just keep that in mind, maybe in the future. Last but not least, NFTs hold no value. NFTs are absolutely worthless in themselves. They are just a medium. They can only hold value based on the utility, on the value proposition you will build on top of that. Any file on your computer has absolutely no value. If it's a proof, a certificate that you own a house, in that case it has a value. But it's the same for NFTs. Any NFTs is absolutely worthless per definition. You will build value on top of the NFT. So what are actually NFTs? They're just a technical medium. Only consider them as a medium that can hold value if you build the right mechanism around it. It's a vehicle, and once again, it's just a way. It's not an end goal. NFTs are a way to engage with your community. It's a way for you to create a new link, to create some sort of new momentum or new business model. The NFT itself, no one now will pay for it for just being an NFT. It has to be something else. It has to be something that will change the holder's life one way or another, even if it's just a small change. So the main key to success is, just keep in mind that all of this is experimental. You have to dare. You have to open new doors. Don't try to replicate what used to work. Don't try to plan something in 2 years or 5 years. It won't work. You have to adapt. And just focus on real, unseen utility, something that has not been done yet. It's a risk, but you have to take risks to succeed, specifically in these current market conditions. So I know I'm running out of time. That's my last one. So even if you failed, and to be frank with you, most of my clients now are not like creating a new project. They just try to save what they can out of a project they launched 6 months ago. So there are still ways to build something on top of a project you already issued. So we have some sort of a plan. We review the assets you got in mind. You got on the table. Like you have a community, you have assets in circulation, you have some sort of a small market. So try to measure what was the crash, what were the reason of a crash. So explain, decrypt what happened, prepare the plan based on the assets you have, the assets you've already issued. Test your plan, announce it with your core community, and measure your success. So this is like in just 30 seconds how to survive the crash of your NFT drop. But yeah, I think it's quite important to remind that. And that's basically it for me.
Thank you. Maybe there are any questions from the audience?
Good.
Okay. Then thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.